Hi there, welcome to the aloe vera garden. In this video, I will share one of the common problems that many aloe vera growers encounter, the aloe vera leaf rot. I have a few videos about managing aloe vera leaf rot in the channel, but I will focus this time on what will happen if we leave the rotting aloe vera plant and don't do anything. The crown of this plant rotted a few weeks after I planted it. The rotting did not progress and left 2 leaves at the bottom, but they withered because of the heat. This usually happens when planting aloe vera pops that are not healthy and have already started to die. Surprisingly for this plant, it grew back a few weeks later. This little green leaf that appears is not from the original plant anymore. This is its pop that grows at the center. This one experienced the same issue. It also rotted but produced 2 little plants. Also, this one is probably dead, but it produced a new plant on the side. The variety of these aloe vera plants and the succeeding plants that I am about to show you are barbadensis. Unlike the chinensis variety, it is rare for the barbadensis to produce pops while they are still young, but it is another story when their life is threatened or when they are dying. They are most likely to produce pops regardless of their age. These pops that grow are not the ones I planted. The original plant died of leaf rot. These are the leaves of the original plant. Most people, especially those who are new to growing aloe vera, will discard the plant if they notice that it has rotted. But there's a chance the plant will regrow if you leave it alone. Just like this one. When it died, it produced 4 plants. This one here had grown 3 plants on its trunk when it died. The 4 big leaves are from the original plant. The bigger the plant that dies of leaf rot, the more pops it grows, just like this one. These are the leaves of the original plant. The growth of pops you see from the beginning of the video only occurs when the plant is experiencing leaf rot. It does not happen to the plant that is suffering from root rot. Pops don't grow on aloe vera with rotting roots. This is another case of pops growing on a plant with a rotting crown. The pops are growing on the trunk above the soil. I call these floating pop. The problem with these pops is that they do not have their root system. They are still attached to the trunk of the original plant. When they get big enough to be separated, only one will have roots. The other is a cutting. This can be solved by adding more soil to cover the trunk, like this one. Each of these plants already has its root system, and it's not difficult to separate them. Unlike this one, it took time for each of them to have their separate root system, but they're still attached. They're becoming more difficult to separate because they're big already. I should have separated them when they're still smaller, but I forgot about them. Not all plants that suffer leaf rot produce pops. Mostly only those leaf rot that started at the crown and not at the base, like this one. The rotting of the leaves of this plant started at the base. This plant can be saved without cutting. Cutting the plant is unnecessary if the leaves adjacent to or above the rotting ones are still healthy and show no signs of rot. You only have to remove all the rotten leaves and check the trunk for soft spots. If there is none, then the plant is okay. Otherwise, you have to cut and let it dry. The leaves above the rotten ones of this plant already showed signs of rotting. They have dark, watery spots on the leaves and soft discolored patches. Also, they emit a foul odor. The only way to check if the plant can still be saved is by cutting it. This plant was severely affected by rotting. Most of the remaining leaves have dark, watery spots. In most cases, this rot will progress and eat the whole plant. This plant looks very much the same as the previous one. But when I cut and remove all the rotten leaves, the remaining leaves still look better. When I think the plants cannot be saved, I usually throw them in the compost. But sometimes I just put them in shady areas in the garden and let nature decide. This way, I gave the plant a fighting chance of survival. For some, the rotting progressed and ate the whole plant. But there are also a few that survived, like these plants I discarded a few months ago. The rotting did not progress and the plant has rooted. The other one still hasn't grown roots. But a good sign is that the rotting has stopped. This plant will grow roots in time. Also, this plant that I placed under the roselle flower has grown roots. But the other one did not make it. Although the remaining leaves did grow some roots, they have no pops. These leaves reminded me of when I tried propagating Aloe vera barbadensis leaves. They only grow roots but no pops. But I will not stop exploring ways to propagate barbadensis leaves. All of my leaf propagation video in the channel to this date use the chinensis variety, not the barbadensis. You can check out these videos. Also, I would appreciate you subscribing to the channel. What I usually do when I plant these surviving aloe vera is use smaller pots because I can easily manage them. The water also drains out faster when it rains and dries easily. When the plant has fully recovered and developed a strong root system, I replant them in bigger pots. I hope you learned something from this video. This is Danny and thank you for watching.